Hello folks, welcome to SkySim. Today we're going to have a flight over Indonesia, particularly the island of Bali. So let's get the headset on and we'll see what we can do. Now, as you can see, I have the grid round about me. Let's press this ready to fly. And here we are in the F-18, jumping in the cockpit, and right ahead of me is Bali Island. Beautiful day in Indonesia, of course, and we will come over. And this is the south of the island, the main holiday destinations, really Kuta Beach. We'll fly over Kuta Beach in a moment. And of course Indonesia, for those who are not familiar with Indonesia, it's probably one of the largest archipelagos of the planet Earth, with some 17,000 islands. And of course Bali is one of them. And to my right, I'm currently looking at it, is Bali International Airport. So this is where you would be landing on your holiday destination. So if you're thinking of a nice holiday destination for 2026, Bali is certainly worth considering. Beautiful climate, of course, and wonderful people. We'll come round and we will fly over the runway at Bali International Airport. Here we are. We'll just do a flyby over the runway. Try not to crash into it, of course. And there we go. Just checking a few things there. Look at these islands here. There's some beautiful destinations. There's the main city within Bali. And if you're into scuba diving, on the east coast of Bali, it's a wonderful location for scuba diving. And that big mountain, which I'm currently looking at just now, is a volcano. And it's no longer active. It has been active. It was actually active in World War II, where some ships were actually grounded during World War II, and actually the volcano was erupting during that time there. But look at Bali. Isn't it lovely? I've been to Bali certainly one time, maybe two times, and it's certainly worth a visit should you look for some nice climate and some friendly people. Up onto my right, of course, is the moon, and let's see what this island's got to offer. Let's fly over that volcano, see what it looks like from above. Gaining some altitude. This is the F-18 Strike Eagle, which we're currently flying in, and we are flying over that volcano. If you can recall, or if you know the name of the volcano, please drop its name in the chat box. Well, I can't actually read any comments in the chat box, but please put it in your comments, and I would really be interested to find out what it's called. So we're currently at 11,300, 400, 500 feet or thereabouts. And you can see the island itself of Bali is quite large. It's very large to be to be precise. And we're still at 490 miles per hour or thereabouts. And here we're coming over the volcano. Let's hope it doesn't erupt when we're flying over it. That would be a disaster, wouldn't it? I'm sure if you're into hiking or mountain climbing or whatever, I'm sure you could come up here and have a look. As I say, it's not an active volcano currently, but there you have it. There's the crater of the volcano. Now, look at this mass up on what I'm looking at the moment. This looks like there's potentially at some point a huge meteor has struck planet Earth here in Bali and created this huge crater. Look at it. Absolutely huge. And when I say a meteor, just by the shape of it, it looks as though, you know, something has struck the Earth. Certainly by the structure of it itself. Of course, this has also been built up, a nice big lake. And we have a village here, but look at this, it's totally enclosed. A big kampung, kampung being Indonesian for village. Look at that. Let's come round here. We're inside that crater, if indeed it is a crater. I need to keep an eye on my altitude. I don't want to crash. Crashing is not an option, Brian. Crashing's not an option. So let's head back over this way. Look at that lake. Beautiful. Look at that sea. Well, it's not a sea, it's a lake, but look at it. It's absolutely beautiful. Wouldn't it be lovely paddling your feet in that lovely clear water? And I'm assuming it's fresh water, as it is removed from the sea. Now, and it's very high, of course, so it will be fresh water. It's very high. Let's come back down along this coast. If I recall correctly, there was a shipwreck here along this coast. We'll see if it's actually present. We're currently flying in Microsoft 2020. Let's see if that shipwreck's actually on the beach. I've been diving there at one point, and it's really quite interesting. So let's have a run along the beach and see what we can find. Can't see anything there. The place I'm looking for is a place called Tulamben. Great dive location, certainly in this part or this area of Bali. Where exactly, I can't recall, but it's round this area here, Tulamben. Put that on your diary if you want to go scuba diving in Bali. I can't see anything, but never mind. So we'll... Oh, Tulamben. I wonder if Tulamben and Tulamben is the same place or similar places. Tulamben. I guess Tulamben's round about here as well then. If you know, let me know. Let's get over the island. Let's go and have a look at the other side. There's our big volcano again. As you can see, a lot of forest or jungle in Bali. Look at that. There's a lake of some description, just on the, looks like man-made lake. on the slopes of the mountain, on the slopes of the volcano. Now, what's that point of interest there? Can't actually see anything, but look at this. It's a huge island. Doesn't look very big on the map, but it's huge, isn't it? Yeah. Now, I guess most of you who come to Bali will be more interested in the beach, but you can see there's a lot to be seen on the island itself. Huge island. Look at that road there. One continuous town. We'll head over to these mountains. Off to my left is the Kuta and also of course, the international airport. F-18, very nice aircraft to fly. And we'll go up to these mountains. Let's see what we have here. This is really in the interior of the island. Wow, it's very interesting. There's another lake up here, look at this. Another lake. Looks like another crater of some description. But even up here there's all those fields and villages, kampungs. And here's another wonderful lake. Look at this. Wow. I think being up here would be something special, don't you think? Wow. Very nice. A lot of these lakes in Indonesia are obviously fresh water. But look at it. One of the things I love about virtual reality in the Microsoft Flight Simulator is you can go and visit parts of the world in virtual reality. You don't need to actually go there, but you can certainly witness it. Let's go and do some fun flying. Let's do some fun flying. Let's get down here. Yeah, look at that. Going this way. Got the tops off the trees. And you can see on the map just where my joystick is. We're actually heading over to the east of the island, and the east of the island, after that we get on to Sumatra, which is the main, I think it's Sumatra, no it's not Sumatra, gee I forget the main island in Indonesia. Never mind, it's not Sumatra. Sumatra is the next one after it. Look at this. Here's a big building down there. Don't know what that's for. And here, a lot of the vegetation's been either washed away or whatever. We don't know. The jungle. And there's a dam, man-made dam obviously, little reservoir. Let's get some altitude. get over these mountains. There we go. Look at that. Spectacular. I'm sure there's people living in these jungles. There has to be. There's Indonesia is a very diverse habitat, and I'm sure I'll say native people, I'm sure there's still native people inhabiting this island. Now that island we see in front of us is the main island of Indonesia, and it's the island where Jakarta, I think this one's where Jakarta is, or it's the next one, not sure. But Jakarta's, if we keep on heading east, we'll certainly get to Jakarta. But we're not going to Jakarta, we're going round Indonesia. So let's come round and have a look round the coast. We'll come down in altitude. And see what's along this coast. Look at this island here. This island in itself is a town. The whole island is a town. Look at that. Look at that. The whole island's a town. Is that a golf course? I think it is. So let's pull a few G's and we'll come around the coast of Bali. Let's call Wisnu Airstrip. I don't think that's going to be long enough to land an F-18. Look at Bali. A huge place to explore for sure. Look at all these miles and miles and miles of coastline. It's like maybe some paddy fields or somewhere to grow fish, I guess. And there's some high-rise buildings. I don't know whether that's hotels, possibly, or whether it's apartment blocks. I really don't know. I guess if you go there, it's certainly somewhere where you could explore. Look at that. There's a river. Beautiful place. Absolutely beautiful. Now, I don't think having a tour on an F-18 is really going to be an option, of course. But it would be great if you could, wouldn't it? I don't know if the Indonesian Air Force has F-18s. If anyone from Indonesia is actually watching this, let me know what aircraft the Indonesian Air Force actually flies. I'd be very interested to understand what they may be. I've never really considered how mountainous Bali is and how actually big Bali is. It's huge. It's absolutely huge. So we're heading due west, and we're really heading back towards Kuta and also Bali International Airport. If you have some time, you could hire a car drive around the island, explore the island. As you can see, there's plenty of places to eat, plenty of places to drink. If you have Bahasa Indonesia, then of course that, or Indonesian language, of course that's going to make communication a lot better. If you don't have, tidak apa-apa, as they would say in Indonesia. No problem, tidak apa-apa. Now you can see we're really coming along the south coast of the island, and it's predominantly flat for as far as the eye can see. And you can see that on my map in the cockpit. If you look at the map, it gives you some idea on the land height. We're in a light green at the moment, so therefore it's indicating it's all flat land. This is the main part of the island. This is where it all happens. Allegedly. Let's get a little bit more height so you can see some more of the island from above. Look at that. Mungu, Gangu, Canggu, Bali International. Look at all these buildings along here. This is going to be where all the holiday resorts are. If you're going to be anywhere, it'll be along here somewhere. A great base to start your Indonesian adventure or a holiday for 2026. There's an aircraft landing in Bali International Airport. I just saw it land. And there it is. Wonderful. So there's a little tour of Bali Island for you. Thinking of somewhere to go for 2026? There's worse places in the world. Hope you've enjoyed our little tour. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up or even subscribe. Thank you for watching SkySim. See you again soon. Bye.